Hi, my name is Nikki, welcome to my channel, and today I will be doing a long-awaited stationery haul. I am getting ahead of the game and doing this early because I'm a big believer in being prepared well before it is time. I hate doing last-minute shopping because first thing, you'll probably not get what you're looking for and then be really stressed as a second point when you actually need to get the stuff and you can't find it. But doing it well in advance, you can just take your time. Find everything you're looking for, and that is absolutely amazing. I did visit a lot of shops and I did do this over, not all in one go, I did this over a little bit of time and I've collected everything together so I can share with you. If you don't know, I am retaking a year at college, so I am going into year 2 at college and I study religious studies, which has theology, philosophy and ethics, law and English literature. So you comment down below what you're studying this year. But hey, because I do a lot of humanities now, and before I used to do a lot of maths-based subjects, there is quite a difference in materials that I will need. So you can see perhaps how things have changed, plus I've got some opinions to share and feedback from my previous stationery hauls over the years. But without further ado, let's begin. I'm going to start off by showing you this folder that I got from W.H. Smith, and I'm going to be linking and listing everything that I show in this video in the description down below so you can check that out, and I will list all the prices and all the deals and offers. I know W.H. Smith has a lot of ongoing deals, such as 3 for 2, or for example, these might be around $5.99 each, but you can get 3 for $9.99. And I know shopping in places like W.H. Smith may not be accessible for most people, but that's why I've been in a variety of different places. I got 3 of these folders, and they're in this like almost pastel blue purple tone. It's quite cool, very nice, and I use this for my religious studies class because we have the philosophy, theology, and ethics modules. I got 3 of these last year and some marble design ones, which I use for my other subjects, but I decided to repurchase these so I can fit all the year 2 content inside. This is a lever arch folder, so it has the lever inside. It is very big, very chunky, and it also has a little elastic here, so it helps keep it shut and firmly closed. This is also very sturdy and for sure will last a long time. I'll talk about that in a minute. To go inside, I got these little subject dividers, and these are A4 and they're also from W.H. Smith. There's 6 inside and they have blue, purple and pink, plus little labels so you can write down what each of the subjects or sections in your folder are. And I love these because not only are they pastel, really cute and very aesthetically pleasing, but they are long-term use. I used to DIY my own with just some card and hole punch them, but those break and it gets really messy when you start having to tape things together or your folder starts falling apart, especially when you're out and you forgot your folder with you. It is not a vibe. So those ones, they don't break, they're really good and have lasted such a long time with heavy daily use. So definitely would recommend because, you know, last a long time and are cute. Speaking about the folders, W.H. Smith, it is a little bit more expensive, but I think you do get what you pay for. I've had folders from places like Wilko's or Sainsbury's, and even though they do such aesthetic and beautiful folders, from my personal experience, getting a lever arch folder from Sainsbury's, it barely lasted a month because not only did the lever arch part break, but the literal outside of the folder broke as well. Be carrying it and then one day, bam, it's just ripped in half. And that is not good. Even just when putting it in my backpack or the smaller folders, the little ring binders, honestly, even though they are cheap and more affordable, I feel that rather than getting something that you'd have to replace every month or every few months, depending on how much you use it, I think it would be worth getting the more expensive folder that really is sturdy, higher quality, and I've never had any issues with them breaking or getting damaged because, you know, they are very well made. I think it would pay for itself instead of, you know, having to repurchase the more cheaper ones. There's not only a whole load of waste, but it can kind of make a big indent in your savings. And hey, just speaking on the topic of folders, I got a couple extra things, including these punched pockets. But hey, I started off by getting ones from Wilko's, and those are very cheap, plus they are such good quality. I'm very particular about the way I keep my folders. I am really on top of it, and I love to keep them looking neat, tidy, clean, and also aesthetically pleasing. Plus, it really helps me. I'm a very visual learner, and to have something that's very neat, laid out nicely, chef's kiss. Mwah. Beautiful. I got a load from Wilko's, but This is quite disappointing, but I actually lost it. I lost the pack and I couldn't find it anywhere in the house. So I got a second pack from Morrisons, which are pretty much the exact same. But then I found the Wilko. So now I have 2 bags of 50 punch pockets. So that will definitely help and really supply me throughout the year. But also, if you're around me and you need some punch pockets, it's free real estate. I'll be dishing them out. I suppose it doesn't hurt having too many rather than too less, but still, I don't want to be wasteful. So they're definitely going to be getting good use. Next, I also found this thing from WH Smith, and it is a record card expanding file. Now, I absolutely adore these, and I've been looking for something like this for absolutely ages, especially back when I did my GCSEs, because I was the first year to go through the 91 GCSE in all subjects. I used flashcards for everything, especially the triple science and a ton of other subjects, but I kept them together with rubber bands, and I used like index tabs and like little page markers to separate the subjects and the topics. But this would have come in so useful, and I'm thinking this would be incredibly useful for English literature because we study all these different novels, we have so many quotations and so many different themes. Plus, I think this would be awesome for on-the-go revision as well. They come in a variety of different colors, the same variety of the folders as well. So WH Smith is very cohesive for like pastels, muted colors. It's lovely, very versatile. But this holds 200 cards, and you can see it has a little elastic to keep it closed. And then when you open it up, it has not only a box at the front, it has 5 sections, an expanding file, plus it does come with stickers so you can label the sections. This is going to get a lot of use and be thrown into my backpack and taken everywhere with me. Plus the box is a big enough size to actually put in a full pack of unused flashcards. So again, you can make them on the go or keep them with you. Really, really useful. Now for paper, even though I prefer to type up my notes now, I always take my notes in class on paper and then I transfer them to perhaps some digital documents if I have them, or I'll just write them up very neatly and put them in my folders so they're all filed very well, and it'll be very beneficial to me in the future when I need to go through those notes. But usually I would get my paper from Wilko's, and they have amazing writing pads for only £1 paper, great quality. I prefer narrow ruled paper where the lines are closer together rather than wider apart because my handwriting is very tiny and cursive. Having wide ruled paper is a bit more wasteful than having narrow. But unfortunately when I went there, Wilko's was out of stock, so while I was in WH Smith I picked up some of these. And these are narrow ruled refill pads, A4 with 200 pages and margins. There's nothing much I can say about these. The paper feels pretty much the same quality, but they had an offer where it was like 3 of these for £5, which wasn't bad. But then again, if you go to a place like Wilko's, they're £1 each, so £5 versus £3, there is a big difference. But next time I need to get some more paper, I'm definitely going to see if I can scout them out in Wilko's again. Then again, I'll always have one of these in my backpack with me so I can take my notes and then I'll write them up neater later. So of course, paper is an essential. And for sticky notes, because they are very, very useful. First of all, I'm going to show you these from Wilko's, and these are incredibly aesthetic. They are assorted colors and they're like little tabs. Basically, all of these they gradually get bigger in size. The grey and the purple are the smallest, the yellow and the red are medium, and then it's like almost a khaki and a pink. They're the biggest. And I really like these because you can have the little bit at the top sticking up the page, for example, in textbooks or the books that I read for literature. If I want to write a note about something or write about a theory or an interpretation, then I have all the space on here to write about it, and then I can mark the page so I can actually find the page when I'm quickly flipping through, or write specifically what that point is. And this is so useful if you use a lot of textbooks. So whether you study humanities or science subjects, very, very useful. Again, Wilko's are 120 in here. I'm really excited to use these and they will definitely get used a lot by me. I also have these sticky notes from WH Smith, and I got these last year, and I also got a pastel pack, and it was like a rainbow from like a pastel blue, yellow and purple. I quite like them, but the marble effect was my favorite. I think that they're very aesthetic. There are 100 sheets in here. Basically, I'll stick this down on the inside cover of my folder, and then I will write down, for example, the work that I need to do, the things that I have done, just like little to-do to-do list for upkeep, and also I can write down where everything is in the folder, anything I need to know or remember, or especially in my day folder. I will write down all the homework or all the reading that I have to do, and it's really easily accessible. Plus, if I need to remember things, write them down, stick them around my room, great for revision. The only thing is, from experience, these aren't very sticky. Sigh, I know sticky notes aren't very sticky. So usually what I would do, I would stick them down with some washi tape, and that usually does the job. Something that I also pretty much religiously get are these post-it writable flags, and they come in a pink, blue, and green. I like these because I have a pointer, so for example in a book or textbook you can point to a very specific line and write down some info, or you can just write a quick note on something and point to it. Very useful, incredibly good, and it also is in like this little plastic cover so you can quickly throw it into your bag or your pencil case, and you don't have to worry about these getting dirty or ruined or any of that sort of stuff. I remember way back when I said I was completely done with the pastel unicorns thing, but to be honest, I live for the pastel now. It's so weird, like what is this character arc? But speaking of pastels, I got some very, very funky things here. I'm going to begin by showing you these zebra pens, and these are the basic ballpoint pens. Smooth ballpoint, medium Z grip. I can't really say much else. They're basic pens, but they are in pastel colors. The ink is black, but the pen itself, you have purple, pink, green, blue, and yellow. I think these are so pretty, and sometimes I'm probably going to sound really weird when I say this, but sometimes it really helps to have that little sparkle, that little happy thing when you're at college, because it can kind of get you down when you need to work all the time and when things seem quite boring and dull. So having something kind of bright, something kind of happy sometimes does help. And honestly, people do dig cute stationery, and it can help you make friends, I've noticed. And boy, do I need more of them. Next we have mildliners. I got my first pack of mildliners, which were the exact same colors from Paper Chase, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Honestly, I can't remember. Time is going by really weirdly, and I've lost all track, and the concept is whack and way beyond me. But God knows how many years ago I got my first pack. But they were around £8 in Paper Chase, but I found these for £5 in Morrisons. And way back when mildliners were all the rage, was a big thing when pastel highlighters first started coming out. Oh, I remember. I think I was in year 10 or 11 when pastel highlighters became a really, really big thing. Yeah, people had to order these online, and they would come from abroad, and not many people had these, but if they did, everybody was like, whoa, you have mildliners. And then when they first started becoming more of a thing in this country, in the UK, you could only get them from places like Paper Chase. Now finding them in a general store like Morrisons, progression. That is some growth. But hey, I'm just glad that these are becoming more accessible for people because they are so good. You have the chisel tip and a bullet tip. The chisel tip is the highlighter end, and the bullet tip is just like a felt tip pen. So you can use these to draw, to write, to highlight, all the good stuff, and it really helps with taking nice notes because, you know, you don't have to always have the chisel tip, and you do have the option. I've only seen the kind of neon, but again, mild. They're not like, you know, the classic Stabilo set. Very good, very nice. I also got this pack from Morrisons, and I don't know how to say it. Emot, I don't know, but they're by the same brand that makes Unipen fine liners, and I use them for all my art. So of course I was like, oh, oop. Gotta get these and try them out. They are fine 0.4 millimeters, and they have orange, red, pink, yellow, and purple. Plus they have a little stand so you can put them on your desk and everything. It's really cute, but I think these would be very good for doing cute notes, writing stuff. I always use pens like these to match my highlighters and stuff like that, so I can color code my notes. I find color coding my notes really, really helpful, especially in subjects like English. But that's groovy, and I'm excited to use them. And I have a couple extra things in this pile here to share with you. I'm going to begin with this cup. This is a reusable Huskup, and it is Moomin style. I absolutely adore Moomin, the Moomin trolls, everything. It is my life. I love it and I live it. So this is Huskup, and it is made from rice husk, not plastic. Plus the benefits of this: no plastic, biodegradable, dishwasher safe, microwave reheat safe, tree free, reusable, all the good stuff. There's more information on the back. I definitely recommend you check it out because this is sustainable. Now when I take it out, it has a very nice blue lid and a grip as well. And then there's an image of Moomin and different characters and family, and it says coffee family. Oh, I love coffee. I live in an instant coffee tin, the blue kind. And honestly, this is the cutest thing ever. I love to drink hot drinks, and especially tea. Plus, at my college, they have a little deal that if you bring your own reusable cup with a lid, you get a discount from your hot drink of choice, which is epic. So I thought I'm definitely gonna get my own reusable cup because, you know, I drink tea all the time, and I think especially when the weather gets cold, and let's be real, in the UK, it do be quite cold. So this is gonna get used pretty much daily when the cold weather hits, and I'm very excited to use it and have it around. It's so cute, and I love Moomin. It's so wholesome. Plus, I feel like this is all feeding into some sort of like coffee shop aesthetic, but hey. I also got this. It is a lunchbox, and it's a reusable one. It's a metal tin with a bamboo lid, and it also has this rubber part on it to help keep everything together. So it's reusable, it's good for the environment, sustainable, no plastic apart from just this rubber thing to keep it in place. But this is from Wilko's, and I really like it because I want to bring some lunch with me to college, and lately I've been spending my lunches or like frees and breaks just working in the cafe, and it is such a cool vibe. I love just to have that noise of people talking around me. It helps me focus in a way. Being in that environment when there is that, it's like a background noise, some sort of ambience, is very cool. And I thought it'd be very nice to bring my lunch with me and experiment with cooking and trying new styles of food and lunch. And I got into making sushi last year, and honestly it was so fun, and I love it. I love sushi, and I looked into bento boxes. They are so cute, and I was really tempted to purchase some bento box making sets. So this is going to be my bento box food tin, and maybe I'm gonna bring some fancy lunches. Maybe, let's see. I'll update you on my progress. We'll see how it goes. And of course, more Moomin stuff. Oh yeah, I got Reusable Cup from Waterstones, and also I got these two from Waterstones too. These are both notebooks, and they're very special Moomin notebooks. First one is black, white, and silver. It's all metallic, and there are Moomin's family and just some beautiful art and decor. Plus, to help close the book, it has a magnetic seal here. Plus, there are 2 silk satin ribbons in the middle in the color black for this one, and the front and back covers are this nice ruby red with "this notebook belongs to" and "contact" written at the bottom. And the second one has a pattern. It's not the same repeating pattern on both sides, but rather it's one large pattern spreading across the two. Again, the inside has that ruby red color, and there are 2 silk satin blue ribbons. Sky blue. Very nice color. My mum actually suggested getting them, and then we're going to decide who will have which one. It was a good idea because I started writing my own little book, which I would absolutely love to turn into a series. It explores so many things, and honestly, it's like my baby. I treasure it so much, and I really love the idea of being able to have this book around with me so I could write in it, and whenever I have any ideas or a spare moment to just develop the plot or the characters, anything like that, I could write all in a book and it would be very nice and authentic. Well, a lot of work is digitalized. I think there's something very personal about having your own writing journal, and I'm kind of sentimental like that, so I appreciate it. But tell me what you think. Of course, how could I forget? I have 2 extra things. First of all, a pack of 10 zebra ballpoint pens with black ink. Pretty standard from Wilko's, nothing else I can say. And then I have this, and this is a Papermate liquid paper, and I was very interested when I first saw this. It is basically a correction tape, just like Tipp-Ex. Basically, it's like a little pen, and when you want to Tipp-Ex or white out something, you just drag it along the paper and it produces like a little line of tape that covers up the word. It's instantly dry, and you can write or draw on top of it. Everything is cool. It is so useful, and especially for making and taking neat notes, this is definitely a godsend and something very useful. So you have 2 of the pens, one in orange and one in pink, and then you have 2 refills, which is absolutely amazing because they're very hard to come by, and finding refills, definitely 10 out of 10. So that was it for my stationery haul, and I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below what year you're going into, what subjects you're studying, and perhaps what stationery theme are you going for this year, and which was your favorite piece from this haul. I remember in some of my previous videos, a lot of you had very similar stationery aesthetics, and some very unusual and interesting ones, so I'd love to hear how things have changed this year. So I hope that you all enjoyed and you've had a great time. I also hope that all of you will have an absolutely amazing and wonderful summer. Please do stay safe, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a big like and subscribe to see more, because I post every Tuesday and I'm excited to see you next week. Bye!